Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we sift through the sources to get you really well informed. Today, we're heading off on, quite an extraordinary journey to the Mediterranean, to Cyprus, and specifically a city there with a really unique history, Famagusta. But we're not just stopping there, because if you're dreaming of your next getaway, we'll draw a fascinating comparison with another hugely popular island, Crete, which is quite different. Our sources today, they're a real mix: historical overviews, travel guides, even some quite moving firsthand accounts. It's all designed to give you a shortcut to really understanding these places.
That's a perfect setup. Yeah, our mission here is to unpack Famagusta's history layer by layer, understand that really poignant story of its ghost town quarter, Varosha, and then crucially for anyone planning a trip, give you a clear, nuanced comparison. What's the Famagusta Cyprus experience like versus Crete? Expect some surprising facts, I think. Yeah, stuff that goes way beyond the usual travel brochures.
Okay, so Famagusta, how far back does its story actually go? What made it such a key place?
Oh, its roots are incredibly deep. It started as ancient Arsinoe, founded by Ptolemy II, way back in the 3rd century BC. Its location, really, that made it such a prize. A strategic spot that saw it change hands so many times. Yeah. You had Richard the Lionheart, the Lusignans, the Genoese, then the Venetians. Each group left its mark, shaping it into this major trade hub.
And it sounds like there was a real golden age, too. What was that like?
Absolutely. Its peak, really, was during the Lusignan period. That's the 12th to 15th centuries. Imagine this. A city said to rival Rome or Paris in, sheer opulence. There's even a legend that wealthy merchants built 365 churches inside the walls. But all that wealth, that importance, it ultimately led to the dramatic Ottoman siege in 1570-71. The city put up a heroic fight, truly heroic, but, it fell tragically. That cycle, rise and fall, it keeps happening there.
But Famagusta's story didn't just stop centuries ago. It had this dazzling modern chapter too, didn't it? Albeit a short one.
Exactly. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, say 1960 to 74, Famagusta, especially its Varosha quarter, just exploded. It became this super glamorous European tourist resort, a real hotspot.
Yeah, I read about that. We're talking big names, right? Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, Raquel Welch, Brigitte Bardot. They were all going there. Modern hotels, buzzing nightlife. It must have been quite the scene.
It really was. But then, this is where it gets incredibly poignant. That golden age stopped abruptly.
Right.
In 1974, with the Turkish invasion, Varosha became what people now call the ghost town. Its Greek Cypriot residents left within 24 hours, just gone.
Wow.
There's this vivid description from a Swedish journalist, Jan Olof Bengtsson, who visited in 77. He wrote, "Asphalt on the streets has cracked. Bushes grow in the middle of the road. Dinner tables are still set. Laundry still hangs. Lamps still burn. Famagusta is a ghost town." It's just sobering to think about that suddenness. And sadly, reports say it was heavily looted soon after it was closed off.
And the legal status, the politics of Varosha now, it's obviously very complex.
Yeah.
Extremely. You've got UN Security Council Resolution 550 from 1984. It basically says any attempt to resettle Varosha by anyone other than its original inhabitants is inadmissible.
Right. And there was the Annan Plan in 2004, hoping for its return. But that didn't go through, rejected by Greek Cypriots. And more recently, 2020, the partial reopening of the beach area by Turkish Cypriot authorities with Turkey's backing.
Yeah, and that caused quite a stir internationally. Concerns from the UN, the EU. Plus, you have rulings from the European Court of Human Rights favoring the Greek Cypriot property owners.
And just to be clear, we're just relaying what our sources say here. We're not taking any sides in these very ongoing political matters.
Exactly. But stepping back, Varosha really is this frozen moment, a very stark, visible symbol of, conflict, displacement, and how geopolitics impacts real lives.
Okay, so despite Varosha casting this long shadow, a lot of Famagusta is accessible, right? It's still full of history and culture you can experience today. What's that like? Oh, it's phenomenal. The first thing that hits you probably are those massive Venetian walls still ringing the old city. They're huge, 15, 17 meters high in places, stretching over 3.5 kilometers. There's even a stone-lined canal. Walking them, you really feel that connection to centuries of history of defense.
And inside those walls, some incredible sights, I gather.
Definitely. You've got the Lala Mustafa Pasha Mosque. Originally, it was the Gothic Cathedral of St. Nicholas, where Lusignan kings were crowned. Amazing transformation. Then there's Othello Castle. Yes, that Othello connection links to a historical Governor Cristoforo Moro. You can even see the Venetian lion carved there, plus the ruins of the Venetian governor's palace. Very evocative.
And outside the main city?
Well, there's the Monastery of St. Barnabas. It's an icon museum now, really fascinating. And just a short trip away is the ancient city of Salamis.
Yeah.
You've got a well-preserved amphitheater, Roman baths, Apostles Mark and Barnabas supposedly preached there. What's quite cool is that a lot of it isn't heavily restored. It feels very authentic, archaeologically speaking. You can really imagine it.
Sounds like a history buff's dream. And for a taste of local life.
The Famagusta market. Yeah. It's vibrant. Good place to just wander, see local life, find crafts, maybe some unique souvenirs.
Okay, history covered. But holidays are also about relaxing. Let's talk beaches and food. What are the Famagusta shores like?
Pretty inviting generally. They stretch along the coast, often with calm, really clear water. Different sand types too. Glapsides Beach is popular fine sand, super shallow entry, great if you have kids. Fig Tree Beach is another big name that can get crowded. Silver Beach has more golden sand, apparently good for snorkeling. And then Long Beach, about 20 minutes away, is this huge 3-kilometer stretch, also good for families.
Sounds lovely. And the food, what kind of flavors are we talking about?
Oh, it's a fantastic mix. You get Mediterranean, Turkish, Middle Eastern, even some European influences. A real fusion. You should definitely look out for dishes like moussakas. It's like a meat, potato, and eggplant bake, sort of. Stafato, a rich beef stew and wine sauce. And, of course, mezes, you just have to. It's this huge spread, like 15 or more little dishes. A proper feast.
Wow, 15.
Yeah. And maybe try Julia snails if you're adventurous. Or kalatsunia, these little cheese pastries, Dalco's 2 barley rusks with olive oil. And for a drink, there's Sikudia, which is like Rocky, a strong local spirit.
Good to know. And practically speaking, getting around, what's the advice?
Okay, key thing. Traffic drives on the left in Cyprus, like the UK. Public transport. Well, it can be a bit hit or miss, not always regular. So renting a car is often the easiest way to explore properly. Taxis around too, but definitely agree on the price beforehand. Walking around is generally safe, just be sensible, and definitely steer clear of any military zones. Those are clearly marked. Accommodation, you've got the whole range, from fancy 5-star places down to more budget 2-star options, bungalows, even house rentals, plenty of choice.
Okay, so we've got a good picture of Famagusta, its history, its vibe today. Now for that big comparison, Famagusta and Cyprus versus Crete, how do they stack up for a potential visitor? This is where you might start making some choices.
Right, this is the key part for planning. They're both Mediterranean islands, beautiful, sunny, but the experience can be quite different. First off, the practicalities. Political status. Crete is Greece, so it's EU. Schengen visa rules apply. Uses the euro. Simple. Famagusta is in northern Cyprus, which is politically complex. It's partially recognized, operates on a pro-visa system usually, and you'll find both the Turkish lira and the euro used. So different entry requirements, different currency situation.
And driving. You mentioned left-hand traffic in Cyprus.
Yeah, left-hand in Cyprus with generally good roads, good highways. Rental cars often have distinct red plates, makes them easy to spot. Crete is right-hand traffic. The roads there, well, they can be more challenging, more mountainous, maybe not always in best condition. So Cyprus is probably easier for road trips.
Climate and sea, always a big one. How do they compare there?
Cyprus is generally warmer, maybe 3 or 4 degrees Celsius hotter year-round. The sea is usually calmer and definitely warmer. But July and August in Cyprus can be intensely hot, like over 35, sometimes near 40 degrees, and humid. It can be uncomfortable for some. Crete Sea is cooler, especially down south, and you can get more waves, sometimes up to 1.5 meters.